the Only Leeds Bros show.
Hello and welcome to Only Leeds Bros. This is the match build-up ahead of Cardiff City on Saturday at Elland Road. We are streaming live across YouTube and this will be on our Spotify later on as soon as we're finished up as well. I'm Darren and we're joined by the other half of Only Leeds Bros, Dylan. Dylan, what's happening, pal?
What's happening, lads? All good. All is good. Buzzing, to be honest with you, Darren. Really buzzing because it's like the Christmas Eve, but I'm going to call it the Leeds Eve until me and you, obviously your wife Amy and her cousin Lynette, fly out to Leeds on Saturday morning for the Cardiff game, which is going to be great. And jeez, there's going to be a heap of points strength, isn't there? It's going to be dangerous. Leeds isn't going to know any of them.
I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, you might have noticed that the match build-up is a day earlier because myself and Dylan are going to the Cardiff match on Saturday, which we're absolutely buzzing for. We're bound to work tomorrow by the time we get the kids off, minded and home and try and get a good early kip. So we said we'll get it done an hour early tonight. So Danny is in the building as usual. Danny Talk Sports says smash a like and subscribe. So please do that, guys. It really helps us out. Dillo, we'll get into it. Daniel Farke's press conference today. I don't know if anyone else noticed, but it was kind of a little bit cut short.
Yeah,
I was listening halfway through, and then it just cut off at the end. It was like, all right, thanks very much for letting us know you were gonna cut it off. But Dylan, give us the main bits from Daniel Farke's press conference today.
Yeah, I took a good bit from it, to be fair. Now, look, I'm putting in my words, not specifically his, because I'm dyslexic and all that, you know what I mean? No, I'm joking. So I don't know if he's all here. The good news, Pascal Strike, it was back in training on Tuesday. There's a possibility he could be involved this weekend, more or less, if he can handle the workload. I'd say he can, though. He's a warrior, isn't he? The sexy pirate that he is, he can handle it, isn't he? You know, and great for me, and on a personal note, it'd be great to see him back in the team because I feel like he's a bit more solid at the back. Not down at Ethan Amadou. I just prefer Ethan Amadou in midfield. I think we can all agree with that one. Also, Sam Chambers is back in team training as well since Tuesday, after having issues with his knee. So thank God for that. Like you know how I feel when it comes to a conversation about knees. You know, not mine aren't in the best shape either. You know, so good to see that there's no operation or needed anyway. You know, so for Sam Chambers. Yeah, really quickly, Patrick Bamford still injured. Nothing new there, lads. Just whatever. And same with Max Wober. Two idiots, if you ask me. Two clowns at this stage because I've completely worn out with it. I think Wober, to be a certain degree, from my perspective, is, you could say, trying, but he's not morally invested. And I think Bamford is just coming to the end, isn't it? I think he's trying to a certain degree, but he's not giving it the full whack, isn't he? So
yeah, look, anyway. I think obviously with Bamford, we've touched on Bamford, Dylan. Like it's just his body. It is what it is. And like what you said, like you've been there with your knee issue, so I've been there with a lot of hamstring issues before. I end up having to give football over, and like sometimes like your body just can't do it as much as your head wants to do it. Your body just won't let you, and I just think that's kind of the stage that we've got to with Patrick Bamford, and we'll get into the transfer talk of what Daniel Farke did touch on today. But the one with Max Wober, to be honest with you, I actually feel a little bit sorry for him because he came back into the squad. He's obviously been playing left back. He's filling in a hole there for us, and we've constantly just heard that, you know, every time he seems to have a game, the knee is swelling up. So there's obviously an issue there when he might need a bit of surgery, or, you know, he probably needs a longer kind of layoff to, you know, try and get it better and get it back right for us. And then that's obviously why Farke has been touching on the centre half position as well. So, yeah, I think look, it's one of them. Obviously, the main one you take from that is Pascal Strike being back. I think that's really good. I'd err on the side of caution with Pascal Strike, Dylan, with this one. I think Adam Pope asked him from the BBC, would he be back in contention for the Cardiff game? And he said, yeah, look, he's been training this week. I'd like to err on the side of caution with this one. Yeah,
determined on the workload.
Yeah, look, obviously, they're doctors and stuff like that, but I think probably the smart thing we do, because it's not a massive game against Cardiff, John. It's not like a Burnley, Sheffield United, your Sunderland, you know. I'd like to see him probably rested a little bit, you know, maybe just give him another week or two, because the last thing you want is him going out there, you know, and doing that. and kind of risking anything for me. So yeah, I'd like to see him just get another week or two underneath his belt and then bring him back in then. But yeah. He touched on transfers again, which, you know, we probably knew that they were going to push him on in the presser.
Stuff here,
again, he alluded to it, didn't he? Go ahead.
Yeah, he basically said, you know, the options that are out there are limited. Basically, the price has to be right, and he was going on about ticking the boxes. Obviously, one is the right quality character and also affordable. But then he also said, but our squad is good enough, and that's why we are top of the league. So I understand it from one side, but the other side I'm kind of saying, yeah, but like that, which he did kind of bring up, if Brendan Aronson was to get injured, suspended, or, you know, anything at all. And he did say that there's players there, not at that kind of quality. The word he actually did use, if I find here, sorry, was an actual specialist for that 10 role. And he did say that Brendan Aronson was, but there is no backup. And that's something that I've been saying, well, we both been saying in every video, that for my fear anyway, is every position on the pitch is covered, bar that 10 role if Aronson does get injured. Yeah, you can say Solomon, you can say Ramazani, but I just feel like going out against someone that's a natural 10, for me anyway, and that quality, it would be ideal, you know. Obviously the same thing again, the positions that he did call out is obviously a 10, a striker and a centre-back. He said he will stay awake until the window's finally over, but he trusts the squad. Moved on. Yeah, that's basically it when it comes to the transfer news. I don't know if you want anything you want to add on to that.
Yeah, I think we'll probably delve into the transfers a little bit more, Dylan, before we kind of touch on Cardiff. Obviously, there's a lot of speculation floating around social media at the minute. You know, the Cameron Archer one seems to kind of be the loudest. At the minute, and it probably seems like the one that's probably the most likely one that we probably do need, and it's one that I would like, Dylan. It's one that I like. Watched him a good bit. He's a good player. He's a good player, and he's versatile as well. He can play that 10 position. He can also play out wide. We don't need him to do that because we do have options there. But in the off chance we do, we can play out wide as well, and he can play up top as well. So he has that versatility. So he's the exact type of player that Daniel Farke likes. Can play the two positions. It's one that I think, yeah, it's a no-brainer. If Leeds can go get him, I'd go get him 110%, because I think, yeah, what a signing he would be in the Championship. He's only 23 years of age. He's quick. He's fast with the ball as well. His dribbling is good. He's the type of player that Leeds United need for me to unlock that door as well. So I'd like to see that one get done. Obviously, a slam shut on the 3rd of February, so there's not too much time left to get it done. But he has been playing a little bit for Southampton as well over the last couple of games. He did come on in that last match as well, and then he played in their FA Cup game as well. So he has been in their squad, and he is playing football, so it's not like he's not. So it's one of them, will they be willing to let him go if they're using him? It would be great for Leeds United because he's playing football. It's not like he's left sitting on the bench, you know what I mean, not getting any minutes. So he's fairly match fit as well. So he's one of them that can kind of come into our team and hit the ground running straight away as well. So yeah, I'd love to see that happening. And then obviously the other one then is the Matt Target one, which seems to be a little bit of confusion over it, that the Leeds end of it and coming out of Elland Road is that now you don't know where the links is coming from, but it's coming from, I think it's the Newcastle Echo, saying that yeah, it's very much on, and it's very much a goer. The only thing I can think, Dylan, that I put this down to is the only reason we will be looking at left backs if there's been a change of heart with Junior Firpo. Has Junior Firpo, you know, agreed a contract, or is he in talks with someone else? Because I just think it's a position that we don't really need to look at when, you know, we know Firpo's on his way back from injury. You know, hope he can get back up to speed. But we've had Sam Boyerman there, he's doing brilliantly well. But you also have Isaac Smith, Dylan, that we know that can do it off the right and do it off the left as well. So where does that leave him? You know, where does that leave his future if they're bringing in someone like Matt Target, you know, to cover that position? I'm not ruling him out. I think he's a good player. I think he'd be great in the Championship for us. But it just feels like one of them, a bit of a head scratch. Is that the position that we really need? You know, should we be going for someone like that? But there's obviously something going along in the background, and you know, this hasn't just came out of nowhere. There's noise somewhere. They've obviously inquired. They've obviously asked about it. So it's going to be an interesting one. Keep the eyes peeled over the next couple of days, because it's coming down to, you know, decision time and D-Day now, when exactly our Leeds got what exactly they're going to do. So yeah, I'm hoping that we get Archer in anyway. And look at if my target comes in, when he comes in, then with my full blessings. Yeah, I'm not too sure though. I'm still 50-50 whether we get anything done. Are you?
I think the Matt Target one, though, as you said, a head scratcher for me. I just feel like Farke wasn't really giving anything away, but then at the same time saying, we're keeping our eyes open, we're optimistic more or less. But then the other side of it is what's irritating me and probably other Leeds United fans is, Sheffield United, Burnley and Sunderland, them top teams have made, to a certain degree, statement signings and really going for it to get out of this league. And maybe I'm going to take my Leeds hat off here, and I don't mean it in this way, but we are the best team in this league. We're probably the likely favourites to go up, like I say, we deserve
I think
to
we
go
have the
up, but
biggest pull though, Dylan, without being big headed, we have the biggest pull in the championship. I think it's fair to say that. Look, you still have a big club in Sunderland there, but I still probably think Leeds have a little bit better of a pull, if I'm honest. Burnley, we definitely have a better pull than Burnley and Sheffield United. So that's my thinking.
I said that's just what's kind of irritating me, considering Sunderland. To be fair, like I'd be a bit nervous when it comes to them too, if I'm being honest. Not so much Sheffield United or Burnley, sorry, but I just want us to make a statement to him, and I really want us to kind of nail it down now. Now's the time.
I don't even think it needs to be a statement. So when you look at what we've got in the door for very low money, like someone in El Tanaka Dylan for $3.5 million, like that is crazy bit of business, and you see. How good he is. So there is players out there that can get in. Look, not in the January window. I think it's a different situation in the January window. Look, it's obviously very hard to get anyone in the door. And Farke has alluded to it so many times that, his three things: they need to have the quality, need to have the attitude, and it needs to be financially viable as well. So it's very, very hard to do stuff like that in the January window. But there is players out there, Dylan, where you don't have to go make, what you said there, for me, a statement signing. You can bring players in like your Tanakas that go under the radar, that are brilliant signings. Do you know what I mean? So I think probably for me that the Cameron Archer one makes sense. It's one that I think that we definitely do need. I also want a centre half. The Matt Target one I just don't think is going to happen. I think if we are going to do one, it probably is going to be the Archer, and it probably is going to be the number 10 unless something drastically changes over the next couple of days. But that's one I'd like to see get done. Dylan, we'll get through a couple of the comments and we'll get the feedback in the chat. So Danny Talk Sport says Archer can play 10 striker out wide. Just not played much since the new managers came in. Yeah, true. Danny, he seems to be out of favour, but he's been getting a couple of minutes. Ducky Full says Archer would help us get out of this league, but going forward, he's going to be a good boy, as he won't come cheap, and he won't come cheap at all. LUFC Passion Callum says, do you see Archer coming? I think it's a real possibility, buddy, but it's very much 50-50. I'm
going to say no, but for the only reason why I'm saying no is because I want him to come here and I hope to prove me wrong.
Yeah. Then Danny says Target has only played 44 games in 2 years, which is it's crazy to bring someone in like that. But look, I'm not going to squash it until I see him playing the lead short. You know what I mean? I never will. Target could be a summer option. He might be, Michael. He might be. And then LUFC Passion says Target won't happen. It's being squashed. Yeah, I can't see it realistically. I can't see it being done. It's a bit of a head scratch, that one for me. Sean from Wilco White says, evening lads, I think Target is more of the one for the summer. And if we get promoted, sorry, Sean, if we or when we get promoted, possibly he'd be a decent sign if we do go up. And Matty from Imagine Not Being Leeds says, boys, Dillo, I think we get into a little bit of Cardiff City the weekend. I obviously went to the reverse fixture, Cardiff away, my first ever Leeds United away day. Brilliant result, 2-0. They had a man sent off, and it was class. What a day out. But still, one thing that I go back to you and I say to you all the time, walking out of that stadium, the Cardiff City Stadium, and it was murmurs from Leeds fans for Daniel Farke to go after a 2-0 win, which absolutely blew my mind. And they were a really, really poor side. They had a half-empty stadium. You could just see that they weren't behind the manager. You could see they were very much a sinking ship. They're the complete opposite at the moment, a totally different side from what we've seen and what we played against Cardiff. They do sit 18th in the championship table. They're only 4 points off the relegation zone. But don't let it fool you, lads. They haven't lost in their last 8 games.
That's someone who was going to... Sorry, go on.
Yeah, they haven't lost in the last 8 games. The last 5 has been 3 wins and 2 draws. A 1-1 draw away at Borough, which I think is a decent point to go there to the Riverside and get a point. It's very, very good. A 1-1 draw home to Watford again, another good result. A 3-0 win at home to their Welsh rivals, Swansea. a 2-2 draw away at Millwall, and then on their last outing a 2-1 win against Derby County. The key players is Callum Robinson, who has 11 goals this season. We know him for being Irish and playing for the Irish team. He's a right goal scorer. We need to keep an eye on that one. And then they have Anwar Al Ghazi, who you might remember played for Aston Villa at the time when we left Villa score the click situation, and he got sent off for supposedly headbutting Patrick Bamford. So that'll be an interesting one there with that one. So yeah, obviously the title of this says guaranteed 3 points. On paper, you probably think, yeah, it's formality. Leeds United should be picking up all 3 points against Cardiff. Football's never like that, Dylan, is it? Football's never like that.
I don't think it's going to be a straightforward game, lads, to be honest with you. I think we'll win, but I don't think it's going to be, banging a load of goals. Going back to Farke's presser, he did say Cardiff, they're on an impressive run at the minute. They come with confidence and aggression, and that's because it's due to some of the results that they've put on the board. So clearly they're going to want to make a statement now against Leeds, considering, as you said, you went to the away one, and people were giving out about Farke, but the football wasn't pretty, but we got the job done. A lot of the football this year hasn't been pretty, but as I said, we got it done. Elland Road place going to be rocking Saturday, and they're obviously going to come out with some confidence, as Farke has said in his press conference, and obviously try and get one up on us. Well, level on us, you could say, to a certain degree after beating them at their home ground. So, yeah, I think with Cardiff, I wouldn't be, as you said on paper, it sounds good, but I wouldn't write them off just yet, lads. They're starting to build momentum to a certain degree. I actually think they're a better team than what they think they are. I wouldn't take my eye off this one. I wouldn't be saying 3-0 like the way Matty likes to throw those 3-0s every now and then. But this is one I wouldn't be, if I'm being honest with you. It'd be not cagey, but we need to be at it. We really need to be at it.
I just feel like, for me, this is an almost must-win kind of game. I think we need to go out there and we need to beat them and get the 3 points, because it'll make that Burnley point feel a little bit better if we do go pick up all 3 points. But if we don't, it's going to make it look very, very bad. So, and I think it's the games like this that ultimately, get you promoted and get you out of this division. We need to be winning these, but these are the banana skins, Dylan, isn't it? Against teams like that, they're down the end, they're fighting for their lives, they're on a good run. I still fully expect Leeds United to have more than enough to win this game, but there is just a little bit of uncertainty in the back of my head. I don't think it'll be all plain sailing. I hope it is, because obviously we're going to it. I'd love to see a free scoring game. Leeds United get 3, 4, 5s. I'd absolutely love that, but I can't see it. They look like a well set up side now. They're definitely pulling away, and they're not unbeaten in 8 games for no reason at all. So, just a bit of a one to look out for, isn't it? Sean from Wilco White says, we don't need Archer, as Bamford will be back fit the day after the transfer window shuts. Yeah, probably Sean. True too. Matty from Imagine Not Being Late says, Archer joined Middlesbrough in Jan a few years back. He got 17 GNA, 11 goals, 6 assists. Imagine if he came in and does something similar, that would ramp the league. And we're seeing that, he got 17 GNA, 11 goals and 6 assists. And if he can come in in the January window and do that, that would just be absolutely mental. Danny from TalkSport says, I'm going 2-0 win. Danny's going.
Nice.
He's going to win. Leeds. Hopefully he's saying Leeds. Danny. Archer can't even score for Southampton. Yeah, look, I just think he's in a poor side there, Archer, to be honest with you. I would still think there's a decent player in there. John Redmond says, enjoy the game, lads. Yeah, can't wait, John. Really, really looking forward to it, in and out in the day. Couple of points, meeting a few people as well. Matty from Imagine Not Being Late, Sean from Wilco White. So yeah, it's going to be a great day out. Hopefully the weather's okay. Hopefully it's not too bad. Sean from Wilco White says, Dillo, stick a few quid on Leeds winning 3-1 on Saturday.
And what am I sharing if we win, Sean? We're going to have will we?
Yeah.
Points.
Yeah. Dillo, let's go with talking about the starting lineup. Obviously, after the Burnley game, we spoke very much about, we need a little bit of rotation in this game. Where's your head at with the starting lineup? Who would you like to see on Saturday?
I'll go with the full 11. Look, it's going to be Mels I don't want him to be in there though. I'd rather Darlow. However, Melia is going to be in there. Bogle for me, again, immense. You could not take him that man off.
Yeah.
Just been unbelievable lately. If Strike, I know you're saying, but if Strike is a bit too early. Sorry. Yeah, no, I'm going to say Rodon. I think it's going to be Ampadu, determining on Strike if he's fit enough and can handle the workload. Firpo, I want to see Firpo. I really want to see Firpo. I'm going to say in the midfield, I think it's time to bring Rotwell back on, but I think it's too harsh to drop Tanaka. I think to a certain degree he's just done his job. But it wouldn't be too bad to see Ampadu drop in there as well. As I said, if Strike is fully fit.
For me, I wouldn't. I'd leave Ampadu where it is. I wouldn't be going starting Strike this game.
No.
Not yet.
I'd like to see Ramazani on the left. Look, it's going to be Brennan Aronson. I'd like to see Solomon.
You rotating Solomon?
Yeah, I'd like to see him go in the 10, but it's not going to happen. So, yeah, Ramazani on the left, yeah. Aronson obviously is going to be in the 10. I'd like to see Nanto, lads. Don't want to drop that, DJ. I just want to see Nanto. I want to see what he's going to bring to the table. And then Pero, I think it's fair to say put Pero back up top just for this one.
Yeah, probably have to disagree with a few there. I know you're saying Strike in. I think it's a little bit too early to be bringing Pascal back in. Like what I said, I'd like to rest him for another week or so just to see how he gets on.
Even if he gets on though, kind of 80th minute sort of few minutes just to. Obviously, we're winning.
I want to see Ampadu and Road on. Look, they've been solid at the back of Elland Road since they've came in, and that partnership that we seen last season when we went on the 13 unbeaten run, like that, they're brick walls at the back of both of them. So yeah, we're going with the two of them. I agree with you. I'd like to see Firpo at left back. But there's something that is just niggling in the back of my head. Why hasn't he came on? We seen him come on against Norwich. He made a little bit of a difference. He didn't come on for Bayern in the last game, who did look very jaded. So it's, is he 100% fit? Is he ready to come back in? Is it the talks of transfers and, now that he's free to talk to other clubs? I think Danny has it here in his head. If Firpo doesn't start this game, he's not going to be here for long for me. And I think that's where I'm at as well, Dylan. And then just this whole, target talk as well probably has my head thinking that as well. So it's going to be interesting to see who starts the left back. I do hope it's Firpo because I want to see us, really, really go at them and, go for the juggler. And Farke did allude to it in his press conference as well that he wanted us, open at it and move the ball quick and fast-paced football. And, that's something obviously that he's calling out for, and it's something that we've obviously criticised his team for at times. They are slow at moving the ball, and I think Firpo is good at that. He's fast, he can assist, he can do that overlap as well, and he's a great option going forward. In that midfield, I'd like to see Rotwell come back in for Gruev. I don't think it's going to happen. It probably will be Gruev, depending, what way that, Bang was. He didn't say anything in the press conference today, so he seems like he is okay, hopefully. But I would like to see Rotwell and Tanaka in there. They've been brilliant at Elland Road. They've done a fantastic job for us since they came in. So I'd like to see Rotwell and Tanaka.
So good.
Yeah.
I have to agree.
Brilliantly well. I'd still go with DJ out on the right. I really would. I think we could use him in this game because I don't think Cardiff are going to fully sit in. I think they are going to come out. They are going to try and press us. So I do think we'll get a little bit of joy with DJ in behind.
And he likes winding up them Cardiff fans, doesn't he?
Yeah, big time, especially being an ex-Swansea boy as well. So, I would start DJ in there. I just don't think Nanto was done enough for me, Dylan. And obviously, not coming on against Burnley as well. For me, there's... what kind of warrants him the right to start the game. So for me, I'd go with Dan James out on the right, Aronson in the 10, 100%. And I agree with you, out on the left-hand side, not any, quarrels with Solomon, but I'd like to see Ramazani in there. I think it's time we need to, let Ramazani start the game and see what he can do.
Let the leash off.
Yeah, let the leash off. And then up front, I'd go Joseph. I'd change it up with Pirro. Dylan, he just, for me, he hasn't been good enough. He hasn't been good enough the last 3 games, and like I said, I hold my hands up. I got it completely wrong when I said before the Sheffield Wednesday game that I think Pirro needs to start a good stretch of games, and he will score goals and he'll eventually come into his own. But he just hasn't been. He's been poor, and you don't really mind striker when he's not scoring goals. If he's providing for the team and he's playing well and he's creating and assisting, he's just not. He's just completely missing for large parts of the game, and I think that's what the problem is. So I'd like to see Joseph come back in. Let him go out there, bully them, run about, get in behind, do what he can. Hopefully, gets a goal. And then if not, then you have that luxury then of bringing Pirro off the bench, and we've seen it so many times this season. 4 times off the bench, 4 goals. That I'd rather go that way. That would be my preferred starting lineup.
Lads, just showing that out there to everyone that is watching. Bookmark that, because when we're in Elland Road now on Saturday, Pirro scores 2 goals. Darren's going to be sick. Not when he messing now, I agree.
I hope he does. No, look, don't get me wrong. I hope he does. He probably will go with Pirro, but I don't see where he kind of warrants another start. Do you know what I mean? Because I thought he's been very bad the last 3. So I don't think it warrants another start. I think it's time. And Joseph done well when he came on against Burnley. He put himself about, kind of looked like he had a little bit between his teeth as well. So I'd like to see Joseph come in and see what he can do. Kind of revert back to what we were doing when we were, rotating him at every kind of second game or so, because it definitely seemed to work at the start of the season. So I'd like to go back to that. Shane Kavanagh. Go ahead, though. Sorry.
I was just going to say, I did in the last game against Burnley. I wanted Joseph to start. I don't know if it was just me, but did you not feel like what you said with Firpo doing, not a whole lot of running, etc. And all of a sudden when Joseph did come on, Burnley's defence were kind of like, hold on a second, this young lad, you did call it out, is up in our faces here. He just seemed a bit lively, and that's what I like about him, to be fair. So, yeah, look, to a certain degree, I do agree. I'm not too pushed on it. If Joseph starts, I won't be, upset that Pirro didn't start, even though I'm a Pirro lover. But I think that motivation and confidence is there for Joseph. He does a job that he doesn't get credit for.
I don't think there's much risk in it. I think let him go out there. We know exactly what he gives us. He always does. If he doesn't get a goal, then you have the luxury of bringing Pirro on. Where if you start Pirro again, Pirro has another one of them games like what he's had in the last 3. Being very ineffective. And you're bringing Joseph on. I'm not too confident. What I've said to you before, I'm not too confident Joseph can come on and get that goal. It's not. He hasn't really done for us. The only time I can think back is against Sheffield United when he came on, made it 2-0 to shore the game up. But I think it works a little bit better when it's vice versa, when Joseph starts and Pirro's coming on. So that's my only thinking behind it. But then again, this is football, and he could start Pirro the weekend, and exactly like what you said, he could bang in 2 goals, and then you hold your hands up and go, I look like an absolute tick saying this all over YouTube. But that's just the way football is, and it's on. You can get it wrong. You can call things as you see it, and sometimes you can be way wide of the mark, or you can be on the money, and that's just football. Shane Kavanagh says here, Firpo and Rotwell back in, rest the same as usual. Yeah, I'd be the same. I think, Byron come out and then grew out for me. Jonathan Wright says, Louis Barry has joined Hull, quoting their result in part thanks to Joffy against Sheffield United. Yeah, that's a decent signing for Hull City getting Louis Barry. It'll be interesting to see how he gets on there. We read that one from Danny. Yeah, Firpo doesn't start this game. He's not going to be here for long, and I agree with that one, Danny. It'd be very interesting to see how this one goes for him. Sean from Wilco White says, we go and win 4-0 now, Wayne. Yeah, hopefully that would be a fantastic result if we can we can get that one. Thomas O'Leary says, didn't know that there was Irish lads doing Leeds YouTube streams. Do you do Leeds watch-alongs? Yeah, we do. Thanks very much for popping in, Thomas. We do watch-alongs. Unfortunately, we're not doing one this Saturday because we are going to the game. But yeah, we do the watch-alongs. We enjoy it. We do
we rub out. Woohoo!
We do a half-time fan phone in as well. So yeah, we pop the link in the chat and you can come on and kind of have your say during the game. So yeah, we normally do watch-alongs, but unfortunately not this Saturday because we are going to the game. But we are doing a full match day vlog, so we're going to start recording as soon as the alarm goes off in the morning, and I'll run straight into Dylan and shake him and wake him up and get his thoughts and get his predictions straight away before he can even think and open his eyes. But yeah, we'll do a full match day vlog in Dublin Airport, what it's like travelling over from Dublin for the game, obviously in and around Leeds, early morning breakfast, stuff like that. Load of points. Meeting Matty and Sean in the Peacock, and anyone else that is there will more than welcome to have a point with us. The game, and then I think we're around Leeds then for about an hour after the game, and then we'll be back to the airport because the flight is like 8:30 or something like that. So yeah, in and out in the day, but really looking forward to it.
Cancel the flight.
And then Danny says, yeah, we normally do, but not this weekend. Wayne says here, do you think all the rumours about players leaving influenced them in wanting them to leave? Firpo has been rumoured to leave since we got relegated. Yeah, maybe Wayne, maybe, and I think probably when you see the noise around him now, and obviously he knows himself, he's free to talk to other clubs. His agent probably in his ear, going, "Look at
It
what you
just
want to
annoys
do."
me. I don't like it.
Leeds haven't offered you a contract, but I think it's partly down to Leeds as well, Dylan. For me, you can't solely blame Firpo.
I know,
You
but
know,
this is what I'm saying. Like the
at the
club,
end of the
why
day,
are the
the
club allowing this?
the
Do you know what I
club
mean?
needed to make a decision for me at the start of the season,
Yeah.
Dylan. They needed something down. They knew exactly what was left on his
His
contract.
mind, the way I'm looking at it, his mind is elsewhere now. Maybe that's another reason why.
But that was a time, Dylan, in the summer to turn around and say to Firpo, right, we're going to offer you a contract, or we're not going to offer you a contract. If you weren't offering a contract, you were very much going to say, right, we need to offload you now and get a bit of money for you instead of his contract
Exactly.
running out and getting
Running out,
nothing
yeah.
from. Get something from him, But I think it's a little bit naive from the club letting it run down, unless he thought, he was going to approach and go, look, I want to stay here, I want to sign a contract. It's a weird
It's
one.
messy,
And
like.
it's a question that hasn't even been asked by the journalists today. I would have liked them to turn around and go, what's the situation with Junior Firpo? Has there been any contract, talks, negotiations? What's going on?
She know
Has he
yourself
been-
that,
has he been
but
free
you
to
probably
talk to
did,
any
and they
club?
were told that Farke's not going to mention it. You know yourself.
Yeah,
like.
true.
It's always going to be closed doors with it, and that's what the annoying thing is. But I just think like his head is going to be somewhere else now, and that's what kind of boils me blood. Because like, look, at the end of the day, I like him going forward as a player. Like, I think he's a good left back to have. But just it's a bit of clarification for us as fans as well, isn't it? It's kind of like we're in the wardrobe in the dark about it all the time, and we used to find out from, I don't know about you. I remember the day it was a hard one. Me and you were actually texting all day about the Georgian roar one. And even at that, like, it gets messy. Like, it gets very messy.
We know. We get to a few more of these comments because they're flying in. Dylan, so Ducky Fuzz says Rotwell to come back in, and I agree with that one, Dylan. I'd like to see him come back in 100%. I think he gives us that a little bit more. Wayne's starting 11 is Mez Bogle, Rooney. Wayne Rooney, I said that. Well, Ampadu, I take it that's meant to be rolled on. Ampadu, Firpo, Tanaka, Rotwell, Ramazani, Aronson, DJ, and Joseph. And that's very much like mine, except I wouldn't start Wayne Rooney in there. Wayne, I would definitely go with Joe Rodon for me. Lads, pop across to Imagine Not Being Leeds and hit subscribe. And Sean from Wilco Whites. And then, Joseph to start for me, 100%. Take Two Footy says, yes, lads, MOT. Big up, Paul. Thanks very much for popping in. Good one here, Dylan, for you. Shane Cavanagh says, no, we don't want to see Dylan in his PJs at 5 in the morning.
Why not? Why not?
A little bit earlier than that. It'd be about 4 in the morning.
Before in the sleep. Well, lads, head over to the mill. Anyone that is in the chat, come on over and we'll do a meet and greet sort of thing. I'll buy you a pint and maybe a pie.
Meet and greet. A meet and greet. Dylan will have his credit card on him, so it makes buy you a point.
I wouldn't say that now. I mean, a meet and greet in the sense of on me and I might catch you a point.
You definitely will, because if you have 2 or 3 points in a year, you do be top happy. Like, you see somebody say hello to you and you're like, hey, what's that? Do you want a point?
What's that? Yeah, do you want a point?
Yeah.
I remember that. Sorry, I just had to bring it up. That time we were in the mill. Sean from Wilco. It's my round now, Sean. It's not your round. That's already bought. He's kind of just standing there like. Anyway, that's another day's story. Move on.
Another day's story. Danny says here, if the club wasn't going to offer him a contract, they should have sold him in the summer. And I think, that's where we probably agree, Dylan, isn't it? Yeah, that's where I probably agree with that. And then Thomas O'Leary says, how many years are going over? There's 4 of us going over. Myself, it's usually myself and Dylan go over, but this time we're persuaded we have to bring the wife this time, and the cousin is going over. The Our Leeds fans as well, so they're looking forward to going on. They haven't been over in a while.
My parents staying at home. I got away with murder. I don't know.
Ducky Fuzz says, think the club is happy to let Firpo go, but would like to keep him at the end of the season, but don't fancy him in the Premier League up. Yeah, exactly, Ducky Fuzz. This is where I think a little bit of blame kind of comes with the club. They probably should have made this decision in the summer for me. Do we offer him a contract, or do we try and get rid of him now and try and get a replacement in? So I think it's a little bit naive from the club what they've done with that, trying to let letting his contract run down. Sean from Wilco White says, agree with your lineup, Darren. Apart from Solomon, I think Joseph should start too. Sean, I agree. If it is Solomon, I'm not going to be disappointed. Look, he's an outstanding player. He's really, really good. I just want to see Ramazani in there, and I don't think he's going to drop Aronson for Ramazani. So that's why I think either one. I love DJ. I think DJ could get a bit of joy out on the right. And I think I wouldn't mind Solomon being rotated just a little bit. You know what I mean? It's not a bad sub to bring on, is it, man, or Solomon, if things aren't going right for you?
No.
So, yeah, we'll see.
I can't believe Sean's at the ditching me on the Pirro situation. I thought we were like that, Sean. I thought we were.
Thought you were toy. Shane Kavanagh says, was in the mill after the Wendy's game, rubber leaving it, early kickoff. Spent too much time there. And now it's like a portal or something, isn't it? The Mill Hall, and like Sean from Milka Whites and Matty knows as well. You go in there and time just grabs a hold of you. Like you go in there early morning and then all of a sudden it's time to go to the match and 5, 6, 7 points deep, but brilliant atmosphere, loads of lead songs now before it. Yeah, absolutely.
Put it this way, long story short, time doesn't exist in the Mill. That's it. You just keep going.
Shane Kavanagh says great crack though. It really, really is absolutely buzzing for it. The Peacock gets 2-pack for me, being there for years. Yeah, and I think that's probably the same for us, Wayne, especially because when we're travelling over from Dublin, like we'd always kind of go into the city centre. We have to leave our bags off at hotels and stuff like that. And we were always saying it for years. We don't know how there isn't a Leeds pub in Leeds city centre, because they'd clean up. You see the amount of Leeds fans that do come through the city centre going down to Elland Road, that they'd absolutely clean up. And when they opened the Mew, it was just unbelievable. And I do agree with you that sometimes I don't even mind it being too packed, because I love being around as many Leeds fans as you possibly can. It's more so like the whole queue for the drink and all that, Dylan, isn't it? It's just like and then they have them like big like double beers, and like that seems like a great idea until you're standing there holding it with your hand freezing, and then like it's gone flat by the time you're halfway through it and all.
That's good in the summer. Like you'd go in the summer.
You
can, you know what I mean. There's a bit more room. You don't see people. We're all just standing with a canopy trying to get a bit of heat, holding these big points, Yeah,
exactly. And Amy Clark says the Mute, she's really looking forward to this one. Darren saying going to take the missus this time with him. It's not going. It's not meant to happen. I have to bring her, Danny. Yeah, this time I'll be on the best behaviour. Won't be drinking much. Dylan,
liar.
No, I won't be. I definitely won't be. Dylan, do you have anything else to add? I think that's really it from. Go on.
I just had to shout out where like you're saying that no, I'm not going to drink that much. Come say after the match, give or take, we'll be all banging together. One of us, all in the mood. Everyone be just going. Anyway, moving on.
Dylan, give us your match predictions for Saturday and your goal scorers.
Firstly, I'm going to say. Yeah, look, this game ain't going to be easy, lads, to be fair. I think we'll win, but I wouldn't be kind of saying, it's going to be a walkover on paper sort of stuff. I think Leeds have to start building some sort of momentum now, and the more that I look at it, and I have to agree with you, Darren, if we do walk out with 3 points, that Burnley one doesn't seem too bad after all. I have to give you that. But anyway, I'm going to go 2-0 with Leeds. I'm gonna say Pirro, and I'm gonna say, why not? Because he's been on fire. I'm gonna say Bogle.
Nice, not bad. I'm gonna go with what I want to happen rather than what I think will happen, because I'm going to the game. So I'm gonna say 4-0 Leeds. 4-0 Leeds. I'm gonna go Aronson, James, Solomon, and Pirro. 4 different goal scorers. That'd be a nice one.
It really would be a nice one. I don't think we'd be going home Saturday night. Please go.
No, we won't.
You heard it here first.
We get through the last few of the comments before we wrap it up. Sean from Milka White says, "Breaks my heart, Dillo, but Pirro hasn't been at it the past few games. Good option off the bench." I agree with you.
Sean, you get in there and you tell him to his face.
Danny Talksport says 2-0 Leeds, Solomon and Bogle. Yeah, I'd take that as well. I'd take 1-0. I just hate going over to Leeds when we don't win matches. It feels like a down. You feel okay, Danny? Yeah, Danny, you're actually going for a Leeds win this time. Solomon first 20 minutes, and then Bogle last half an hour. That would be nice.
I'd actually like to see Solomon score as well, though, to be fair.
Ian Ward says here, won't be easy on the eye. It's going to be won't be easy on the eye. It's going to be a hard fought battle. Hope not, Ian. I just hope we have the quality. I think because we had to sit through that dross against Burnley, I think we're due like an entertaining win or an entertaining game of football, and we just don't give me that again. Easy this one. 2-0 us. Pirro gets 2. And you're singing Stop Crying Frank Lampard. Tight game, 2-0, one before half time, and then squeaky bum time until the end of the game. That's not a bad shout, Ducky, for us. We usually do that, don't we? We usually do that. Score probably be typical, score nice and early, first couple of seconds, Dylan, and then we'll take the foot off the gas and not go for the juggler.
Go down at half time for a point and a pie. You can't beat it. You can't beat it.
Yeah, we are in the West Stand. Yeah, the first time I've been in the West Stand. I used to always go as a kid to the West Stand with my dad. He used to always bring me there. And then the older kind of got, and then kind of start going by myself. It was always in the South Stand there when you were able to get a ticket for the South Stand. And that's when you used to actually be able to fly over to Leeds. You didn't have to have any of these memberships. You used to be able to just go up to the ticket office and just buy your ticket there and then on the day, which is mental to think that we were even doing that. So in the West Stand, Dylan, right behind the dugout. I'm behind the Leeds dugout. You're behind the Cardiff dugout. She'll enjoy that one now. No abusing the Cardiff players and all that, yeah.
I'll try my best.
Look at lads. And else to say, Dylan, before we wrap it up, buddy?
No, love you all. I hope you can make the mute, lads. That's more or less. So I'm just looking forward to it now. Just go to work tomorrow now. Get it done as quick as possible. Hopefully get home nice and early. Put the feet up and then ready to go then Saturday morning fresh as a daisy.
Yeah. Sean we'll go White's last one before we wrap it up says, I'm in the South Stand, but we'll see you in the Peacock. Enjoy, buddy. We will definitely see you in the Peacock. Nice and early. Look, lads, that's it from OnlyLeedsBros, and that's it for the match build up against Cardiff City. As I said, unfortunately, we won't be back for the watch along because we are going to the game, and then we'll see what happens then with the match reaction. We probably do the match reaction early-ish on Sunday, Dylan. Maybe get that done and dusted, but we will let you know. We keep you updated. Thanks very much for popping in. Don't forget, smash a like in the video before you leave. Hit subscribe to the channel, and we'll chat you all again soon. Have a good night.